This is macro successful type stuff. Like how to be successful in your career. So I saw this article. It's from CNBC. I said, I got to share it with my people. So here's what it is. It's called the 6 stages of career growth. I'm sure David's pulling it up right now.
It's up.
So the 6 stages of career growth. So look, no matter what field you're in, it doesn't matter what your job is, what your career is, where you're at in life, you're going to go through these 6 stages. So we're going to break these things right down. And there's a master plan for your career path. So here are the 6 stages, and I'll break them down one by one by one. The 6 stages of a career path are, number 1, a follower. That's how you start off, as a follower. Then you become a collaborator. Then you become an instructor. Then you become a manager. Then you become the all-holy influencer. And last but not least, you become the leader. So let's get into these 6 things, and let's see where you're at on this totem pole of career, right? So here are the 6 stages. So number 1, you start off as a follower. Now this is, we've all been here. This is for the day one newbies out there, whether you just got out of college, whether you're an internship, whether this is your first job. We've all been there. It's fun, it's exciting, but you're the low man or woman on the totem pole. But you gotta start somewhere. This is like rookie year, right? You're doing tasks, you're paying your dues, you're basically doing what you're told. And if you do that well, maybe you'll move on to the next level. You know, my friend Marcelo once said, you know, unless your mom is Beyonce, you're not born an influencer, okay? Like, you got to pay your dues. You got to get somewhere. Right. You got to start at point A. Like, I remember when David came. Valuetainment.
Oh.
Rookie year. He showed up. He had long hair. He was frazzled. Maybe
green.
A little speck of a mustache just growing. Little pubes on his lip.
Careful.
Now look at him. Fresh hair, strong mustache. You're in the instructor manager phase, I would like to say right now. Okay. But, you know, you started off as a follower. So that's step 1.
Yeah.
Okay, we've all been there, right? My first job, I was just green as can be. I started off doing radio sales. That was my first job after college. I was working for Clear Channel Radio, which is now iHeartMedia. I was just getting in where I fit in. I had a good manager. I followed his lead. I listened. I learned. I collaborated with the team and improved. And that leads me to number 2. What's number 2 on this list? Being a collaborator. Because they say that the teamwork makes the dream work. So when you're into the second phase of a career path, you're a collaborator. Now, what does that mean? You're working closely with others, right? You're developing valuable people skills by collaborating with your team. So there's a book that we read here at Valuetainment called The Ideal Team Player. How much of an ideal team player are you, right? Were you here when we read that book?
I think, no, that was before my time.
Okay, before your time. But basically, being an ideal team player, there's certain qualities that you need to have. I think it was being smart, being effective, certain qualities. But the point is that you're a good team player, because I got bad news for you. If you don't play well with others, you're not going to make it. We have all got that person in the office, or the person that you work with, or the person in your organization. You're like, this guy's a fucking asshole, you know? And that person's not going to last long. Hopefully that person's not your boss. But if you're all, if they're, you know, we've all done group projects, right? Collaborating, we all work with different people, different skill sets. You know when someone's, this person's awesome. They're great to work with. Word will travel about that person, much like you, young David. Word traveled very quickly. Young David's doing his thing. However, there's other people that word travels very fast, that they're not exactly fun to collaborate with, right? Maybe they're doing some not nice things. We can name some names, but we won't. There's some people that are going to come to mind, David. But if you don't play well with others and you don't work with others, you're not going to make it to the next level. You're going to go from job to job to job to jobs, being a follower, being a rookie, starting over, not collaborating well, and you just stay at level 1, stay at level 2, and you always want to blame someone else. Well, my manager was an asshole. My boss did this. He didn't let me do it. It's always somebody else.
Yeah.
It's the person that doesn't succeed at number 2, being a good collaborator, that's always going to place blame. And it's so easy to place blame on others.
Yeah.
It's so hard to look in the mirror.
Amen.
So hard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Again, if you don't play well with others, you're not going to make it. So once you learn, you start off as a follower, you pay your dues, you become a collaborator, a team player, all of a sudden, people recognize, hey, this person's got some leadership skills. We're not going to make him the boss yet, but we're gonna bump him up. We're going to say, all right, this person is now going to become an instructor. Ooh. An instructor is like it's like time to step up and take the lead, but not too much. You're not getting the whole lead, a little bit of a lead, right?
Yeah.
This is basically has junior manager vibes all over it.
Yeah, this is actually a point Mario made in his entrepreneur series. Point number 1 was, don't trust too early. It's like, we like you, but little by little, we'll kind of give you more of that leash.
Yeah. You got to have a leash, right? So give someone a leash sometimes.
Totally.
Run and have a great time, or sometimes you give them enough rope to hang themselves. You heard that before? So, when you're the instructor, you're calling the shots on projects. You're leading a few people under you. Some people are answering to you. You're not the manager. You're like the assistant to the regional manager. You're basically like Dwight Schrute. You're the assistant to the regional manager.
I'm
right?
Dwight Schrute.
You're not Michael Scott yet. You're Dwight Schrute, okay? But it's junior manager. We all know that, that's obviously an Office reference. But again, rookie year, you're starting off as a follower. You collaborate well with playing with others. You level up. Now you're an instructor. You're teaching others. And then eventually you will get to manager. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the role of manager, but it's basically when people answer to you. It's when people are saying, all right, this person's got it going on. In this case, it might be Michael Scott from The Office. You just graduated from Dwight Schrute to Michael Scott.
Wow.
This is obviously an Office reference.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of calamity that we can bring up with all this. But basically what that happens when you become the manager, that means the company trusts you. They said, this person, they got it going on, right? They can trust you to lead the team. They can trust you to spearhead important tasks, implement big plans. Basically, GSD, get shit done.
Yeah.
So who comes to mind that's a good manager, right? This is almost like a team leader.
Yeah.
Not the company leader, but team leader. You know, this is a very obscure reference.
Oh, boy.
But I'm a big basketball fan. Miami Heat fan. NBA season just started. We're going to be touching on that. But there's a player on the Miami Heat who's my age, 40 years old, Udonis Haslem. He's been on the team forever.
Yeah.
I played against him in high school.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I swear.
Did you really?
Yeah,
That's
UD.
awesome. I have
UD.
Okay.
Miami High, baby.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even play anymore. He plays I think he played like one game last year.
Yeah, he just kind of
makes $2 million a year.
The greatest seat in the whole place.
Best seat in the house. I think he played one game last year, scored like 4 points, 2 rebounds, and got in a fight with Dwight Howard and got kicked out of the game. Anyway, but he's a team leader. They want him on the team because he sets the tone, baby.
Yeah.
He sets the tone. So that's what it is. It's almost like a manager, Michael Scott, Udonis Haslem. The team, your teammates trust you. Okay? So that's manager. Again, start off as a follower, collaborator, instructor, manager. Then here's where things get interesting. Number 5 is an influencer. And an influencer, indeed. This is where things get interesting and the world start to take notice of you, right? So, the term influencer gets a bad rap, right? Oh, he's an influencer. Oh, he's an influencer. But the reality is that you're starting to influence people's minds and influence the culture, okay? You might influence people within your organization. You might influence people locally, nationally, or even globally, right? So who are some all-star influencers that come to mind? Like all-star.
All-star influencers.
Like The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock.
Major influencer. The Kardashians. The Paul brothers,
the Paul
right?
brothers, totally.
Even like little Ryan from Ryan's World. These are, influencer.
Oh, totally.
But then you have you have micro influencers, like someone that's only got 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 followers, but they're the best at a very specific thing, and people follow them.
Would you consider yourself an influencer?
Yeah, I mean, in the financial world,
100% consider yourself an influencer.
Yeah, all right, I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll take it. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at in my career right now because I started rookie year. I did that. I played well with others. I collaborated. I became an instructor. I had a team that was under me. Eventually, I grew up. I was leading a team. I became VP of sales at my financial firm, running the show. And then when I made some loot and I said, all right, let me branch out from just my company to, the scene, if you will. Yeah, I think I became an influencer at that point. Where I'm not at, I don't think, is at step 6 yet. I think that's still what I need to accomplish. And the final stage is becoming a leader, right? So even if we look at our organization here at Valuetainment, I would say PBD is the leader.
100%. No doubt.
By far and foremost. Then you got, influencers, myself, Gerard, Phil Heath to a higher extent, right? Tom Zenner, whatever you want to put, and then there's, managers, Mario, right? Eric, all right? And then you got instructors, right? You, Rob, whoever. And then we got team members. Then you got, rookies who just been here for like a month.
Yeah.
Minus Laces. All right. Shout out.
You said that perfectly,
I did. So, but when you enter the leadership stage of your career, the most important thing that you're doing is doing things bigger than yourself. Your whole goal and your whole mindset is to empower others, right? It's not just about yourself. It's about empowering and inspiring others, right? It's showing people what to do, how to think, how to react, something bigger than yourself, right? So, in the business world, who comes to mind? Major leaders, right? Elon Musk,
yeah,
right?
totally.
Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs,
always.
PBD in the house. In the sports world, major leaders, right?
Cristiano Ronaldo,
right?
Messi,
LeBron of course,
James.
you're gonna go LeBron, Tom Brady. These are leaders.
Adam Sosnick.
That's right. So, what's my point in all this? The most important thing you can do in all this is, now that you have this blueprint, now that you understand that there's, there's levels to this game, right? There's levels, like shout out to Avicii. There's levels to this. Where are you in the totem pole of your career? Are you just starting out, right? Yeah. Are you already at the influencer phase? Are you working well with others? Are you not working well with others? Which one is it? So step one, if I'm watching this and there's people watching this right now, if I'm you, I say, all right, dude, I just got started. Cool. Now I know what step two is. Or, hey man, I've been working on this job for 2 years now. I'm still in the collaborator phase. How can I level up to become a manager, right? Or an instructor? Like, what's the next level? So, or if you're stuck at that influencer phase, like me, life's good. You're making money. You've got some clout. You're an influencer. Are you a leader? Because when you become a leader, that's when things change.
Well, yeah, just a note on that is something that PBD says is like, not everyone is meant to be number one. Like, some guys are meant to be number twos. Some guys are like great at being number threes.
Yes.
So it's like, if you find yourself maybe stuck at influencer, maybe you're not stuck. Maybe that's just the best you're at, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think people are meant to be. I 100% agree with what PBD says on that. It's like, not everyone's meant to be the number one dude.
100%. Not everybody can be the number one organization, especially if you've got 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people in your organization.
But that means be the best number three.
Be the best. You're we'll use the Udonis Haslem as an example. Yeah. Homie doesn't even play anymore, but he's the captain of the team. He's a leader. Know your role. Right. He's like, look, I'm number 15 straight up, but I'm the best 15 in the freaking league.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So the most important thing is understand that you don't have to just like take the reservation, right? There's levels to this game. There's a blueprint for this game. There's only 6 steps. So if you're at 1, you're only 5 away. If you're at 3, you're only 3 away. You're at 5, 1 more, baby, and you're a leader. So I really like this topic. This was something that when I saw, I said, this is something we have to address. So just to recap, find out where you're at in this totem pole right now of your career path. Again, you start off as a follower, become a collaborator, you play well with others, you get an upgrade to being an instructor, right? Junior manager vibes. Shout out to Dwight Schrute. Then you become the manager, like Michael Scott. Then you become an influencer, and then you become the leader.
All we talk is money. All we talk is money.
If you enjoyed that short clip from the Soscast, click here to watch another. Click here to watch the full episode, or just stay broke.